In this video, I'm going to show you how to safely demat your Doodle or any breed of dog that gets matted that has hair. It's important to note that not all dogs should or can be dematted. It depends on the severity of the mats. In this case, the dog has matting on its legs and on its neck. First, I am bathing the entire dog in my Simply Silky shampoo. Another good shampoo for this would be the Grimenator shampoo. I'm being careful not to completely scrub the dog. Instead, I am just rubbing the shampoo through the coat. I wash the face in my Bio-Groom Protein Tearless shampoo. After that, I am using OPAWZ conditioner, but you can also use Bio-Groom mink oil conditioner. I'm lathering all of the matted areas with this conditioner. It's unnecessary to put it all over the entire dog. For this particular process, I'm putting it on all of the mats because I'm going to use my pin brush and brush the conditioner all through the matting. This doesn't cause any pulling whatsoever because there's so much conditioner. The purpose of this is to try to loosen up the mats from the skin. You don't want to comb mats that are very tight to the skin because that can be painful. All of the products I'm using in this video can be purchased on my Amazon store. The link is in my description. After I've brushed all the conditioner through, I fully rinse the dog. Now I'm spraying the dog down with the Stuff for Dogs, which is a conditioning treatment, and now I'm blow drying the dog with a high velocity dryer. This dryer is the most important part of this video because it's actually going to loosen up the mats from the skin. You want to make sure that you're using a high quality dryer. In this case, I'm using a K9-3. You can see the matting, and now you can visually see how it's pulling away from the skin, which is going to make it much easier for me to brush the dog. Once the dog is dry, I start with a mat splitter. Going through the entire dog, I'm going to use the mat splitter to cut each individual mat. I'm going to cut each mat multiple times to make them into smaller mats. This dog is a good candidate for dematting because it's not the entire body that's matted. The mat splitter has a very sharp blade, just as sharp as a razor blade, so you do need to be careful that you're not grabbing skin. Make sure that you are only grabbing a mat. That's why it's important to pull the mats away from the skin, because I can easily get the mat splitter underneath the mat and pull. If the mats are too tight to the skin, unfortunately, your best option would be to shave the dog. After I am finished going through the entire dog with the mat splitter, I'm going to switch to the absolute best brush, which is the Christensen Coral Brush. The All Systems Slicker Brush is another alternative, but it is not as good as the Christensen brush. This brush will actually be able to demat this entire Doodle without causing pain. This dog did not go home with any red or pink skin. After I brush one way, I switch and I brush in the opposite direction. You want to start at the bottom of the leg and work your way up. Brush in different directions to loosen up all of the matting. Think of the teeth on this brush as a comb that pull out tiny hairs from the mat as it brushes. It really is a remarkable tool, and I don't know how I went so many years grooming without one. You're going to go through the entire dog until the brush can get through the dog's coat smoothly. Then you're going to switch over to your metal comb. If you hit some spots that have a knot, you can easily work through it, or you can switch back to your mat splitter and then go back over it again with the comb. As you can see, between the mat splitter and the Christensen brush, I am getting through the leg very easily with a comb. You will not be able to start your dog's haircut until the entire body is dematted. After you have finished combing through the entire body, you can go over problem areas with your clipper. Underneath the armpits is a very sensitive spot, and if there is matting in that area, it would be easier on the dog if you shaved it out. I'm using my Wahl KM10 and my number 7 blade to shave out that matting. Matting in the groin can also be a sensitive spot. These are areas that are not visible on the dog, so if you do shave them out, you will never notice the bald spots. You could also shave these areas before you start brushing. Another sensitive area is underneath the ears. I lift the ear up and I shave all of the matting out with my number 7. This is another area that you will never see the matting because the ear flips over and hides the bald spots. This is the process I use to demat a dog when it is safe to do so. And she's all finished and ready for her haircut.